All right, let me count some lag time. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 2005. Okay, not too bad. Not too bad a lag. Sherry, good morning. How are you today? I'm doing good. We've got more snow here today. Gay, good morning. Oh, okay. Uh, I'm gonna see if I can't find a picture that most people would not believe was taken in Hawaii. I think I have too many pictures, guys. Okay, guys, this is going to be another new element of a picture for me. Steampunk stuff. Never tried that before. I hope so. It's hard to figure out what some of this stuff is supposed to be as far as the steampunk element to the fire hydrant. Well, I may have to look for this picture later on. Yeah, I'll have to look for this picture later. I got too many pictures to try to scroll through. Yes, actually, it's snowing right now at my house. I think it's still snowing. It was. I just went and looked and it's almost stopped snowing. I was going to take the camera out and show you, Jay, while it was snowing, but let me see if I can keep the camera in the right orientation. We'll go outside for a second. I'll see if I can keep my finger out in front of the camera, not hit any buttons that are going to turn it off or anything like that. I don't know. It almost stopped snowing, the flakes. And looks like there's just barely a flake or two going down. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, Gay. I don't know if you can see those small flakes coming down, floating around. And I am not looking at chat because I'm outside. So I can't tell you. I don't know. Oh, I can see chat. It shows up on my about that. Well, I do hope you can see those. They're real small. If it starts snowing hard again, we'll come back out. That'll be cool. Well, we'll catch again. Don't worry. Okay. That's all you're going to see. It's almost barely quit. But we'll see to it you get a good snowstorm this winter. That'll be fun. Okay. I got to get back inside. It's cold. It's cold. Okay. Well, we'll try to get you a better snowstorm at some point. It might even start snowing again. It might pick up again while we're streaming. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Now there's a power button on his phone. And I got to be real careful when I put it in this mount. Make sure I don't hit that because I'm not familiar with this phone. It's different than mine. There we go. We made it. Yeah, it's cold. It wasn't too bad though. I got my little space heater turned on in here, so it'll be fine. All right, let's see. My son bought me a bearskin tactical hoodie last year for Christmas, so I don't have to put on so many layers when it's cold outside. Although that thing does not work like they said it worked. Yeah, that was a very expensive hoodie, $300. You know what the mail carrier did with it? They laid it out on the road by the mailbox and drove off, and somebody stole it. And I had to replace it. So it's a $600 hoodie. I was supposed to have had a package delivered here yesterday, and according to Amazon, it was delivered, but it wasn't delivered to my apartment. And it wasn't delivered to my mailbox, so I don't know where it went. And I'm supposed to be getting my Thomas Kincaid book today, but it may end up with my oil diffuser. I don't know, so I'm a little nervous. Well, not nervous. I'm a little concerned as to what's going on with my stuff. I'm going to call the post office later, though. I wish Amazon would not let sellers use the U.S. Postal Service to deliver packages because they don't really do packages. They're very careless and reckless. UPS is designed for transporting packages, not the U.S. Postal Service. And the big problem is with our postal service, like, I mean, I'm surprised they will bring a package to my door because I'm at this apartment complex, but they don't knock on the door. They'll just lay it down out there in the common breezeway so anybody passing by can just pick it up and walk off with it. I've only had one mail carrier leave a package out here and actually knock on the door so I know, at least get my attention. And I actually was sitting right here at the table and I heard him put my package down outside, but normally I do hear it, but okay, let's see. I'm not real sure what I'm doing here. I don't even know which is the darker of these. I probably should find a different red, at least one, because two of them are too close together. I'm really bad at figuring out what colors I want to use about stuff. It takes me a while. Well, maybe I can use this for shadow. So at least I have a darker color. Okay, now I got to see which one of these two reds I want to try. Oh, Well, all right, so I think I'm going to use a permanent red, a crimson red, and a beige. Does that need to be zoomed in a little bit more? Yeah, I think it's better zoomed in just a little bit more. We'll go just a little bit more because I don't think this book I'm going to be able to flip it all around. Might not be too bad. And then I can just turn the camera just a little bit like that. Oh, you're welcome. Now I really have to study this back here because like I don't really know what all these little I guess all this stuff I got to figure out what are the steampunk elements and what's the fire hydrant. So we have our fire hydrant and hopefully I'm hitting my head on my phone so I won't be sticking it under and getting in the way today because it's right here in my face. So maybe I don't know if this is kind of a darker red though. It's it's kind of funny. It's like I want to use like a particular color and I can't find that color. It doesn't matter how many pencils are in a set. It's they don't ever have the color I want. And I don't even know what color that would be, but plug my phone back in here, guys. I forgot. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know if I like that or not. Maybe once I blend something else on top of it, it's going to look okay. Let me see. Yeah. See, that's not exactly the right color. I'm sure it's a little dark. It's a little bit dark. So let me eliminate that darker color. Now let me just try this section over here and see what it's going to look like. Well, I don't know if I like that or not. There isn't any real right color though. I'm just going to do this one section right here, just so I can try to somewhat evaluate. And then I'm going to throw a little bit of beige. And we'll see what this is going to end up looking like for us. I don't know. Well, now let's do this one over here next to it. We'll leave the darkest of the red off, and we'll just try this red. And this is permanent red. And we'll see how this looks coming out of the shadows. I think somebody is moving out. I hear a lot of noise, banging. So I think maybe that's the right deal right there. And I'm putting a little bit of beige along the bottom here, guys. I don't know why. I just using it as an offset color. I'm just going right over the top of the whole section here just to see what it's going to look like. I think I do like that. I think I like that a little bit better than I do the first section that I did. And that's okay because it's still more in shadow over here than it is right here. So that's okay because I got this other stuff right there next to it. So that'll work. So I'm going to do it with this color, just 2 colors instead of 3. Thank you, Sherry. It works out. It looks okay, especially for something like this. We're not going for totally realistic look. So I'm just going to use 2 colors. I think that's going to work okay because we can come back and add a 3rd color if that's what you desired later. So I'm going to use permanent red and I'm going to use beige as the blending color. Well, I kind of got a little bit of a break because, sorry, reaching in front of the camera. I got crimson red and I got permanent red, and they're close. Hard to see because my lamp is not. Let's see if we can get where I can actually see the color. See there, they're very similar in color. So it worked out, experimental wise anyway. It worked out for that purpose. But we're going to leave I'm not going to use the darker. It worked out okay over here because it's this is more in shadow. Not totally, but it works out. I actually, you know what I should do? I should just take the dark color and put some of it right up here like this. Because they are very similar. And that has some of that color over there. Now we won't use that color on the lower the lower part, just up here, just to bring balance, and then we'll take some of this beige. Now let's just put some beige on top of this right here too. So we keep the same colors. Okay. So that's okay. That looks good like that. That's all right. This side's a little bit darker. So we may come back and add some of that crimson, but for now we'll just go with permanent red and see what we can do. Let me get the top back on camera here. Sorry guys. All right, let's see. And I'm kind of just going in with very lightly right here, guys. As you can see, I'm holding my pencil all the way at the end, at the very end of it back here. I got a lot of lag here, it looks like, guys. Let me see if I can count the lag. It just seems like it's quite a bit more than normal. Let's see. In fact, I know it is. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Whoops. I didn't even have my pencil on camera and I'm still counting. Hi, Dee Dee. Now I got to try this again, guys. I got to count the lag. You guys are behind me more than normal, I think. How are you, Dee Dee? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, not too bad. Seems like you're behind. Seems like it's lagging. All right. Well, oh, I do get tired of hitting my head on this phone that's right here in front of me. Casey, good morning. How you doing today? Oh, okay. Monty, good morning. So she's getting to come home. Good. I'm doing good. Just kind of trying to figure out what I'm doing here. How you doing, Monty? You're staying out of trouble. Do you work today? Yeah, I just look out the window. Somebody downstairs is moving. It's not snowing any harder than it was. If it does, we'll go back outside. Now, I'm just going to throw some of this beige right on top of all this over here, just to see what we have going on. Casey, you guys still got Emma? Well, hello, thank you. Is it Mir? Mir? All right, good. Welcome. Awesome. Now, this is when this can get tricky, trying to figure out what part of it is actually the base fire hydrant and what of it is the steampunk elements added. Thank you. Let me see. Well, this will be fire hydrant here. Let me see. I think, well, I'm going to have to be like really careful here because I'm going to end up coloring something that's not fire hydrant. And we're just using beige as a blending color. We don't want it to look like it's been freshly painted. Now, I'm just not real sure. Let's see. So I'm not real sure about the rest of this over on the edges here. I'm going to have to figure out because this all looks like stuff that's been added. So I'm not going to do anything else except the center part right there for now. Yeah, I like these Prismacolors. I also have the Color, and I like those quite a bit too. They work pretty good. The last picture I used, I used a combination of Prismacolor, and then I used a couple of my Crayola pencils to do a tree. No, actually, I was going to use my Crayola, but then I decided not to. I decided I would just stick with Prismacolor, so I ended up changing what I was doing a little bit. All right, now let's see what we can do here. We do have some highlight. So we're just going to come out of here very lightly. Very lightly. We can come back and add a layer which will darken this up for us, hopefully. I'm just putting in, kind of show me where things are at, where I'm working. So we just want this light here on this edge. And then we can darken it up a little bit coming out of these shadows. Yeah, that's what Sherry was telling me yesterday too, or not yesterday, but in the last stream, that it doesn't really matter. I can mix and match. I kind of had figured that it's not really going to hurt anything. The paper's not going to know what kind of pencil is being put on it. So I'm just starting out very light touch, because this is the highlighted area. First pass, very light touch. Oh, do you? Well, I may start doing that. I mean, if you want to get the color that you want, then that's what you have to do sometimes, I guess. And that is something I had kind of wondered about, if people do that, because you don't see that a lot in videos. You don't watch videos and people say, I'm mixing my pencil brands. I think I have seen that before, but not real often. All right, now let me add the beige to this, and we'll see if we get that highlighted look. Maybe this needs to come down just a little bit farther with the dark, just a little bit more, kind of match with the other side. Now let's put our beige on here, our blending color, and let's just see if we can get a decent look out of this. All right, let's see. Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, 9 a.m. my time, or thereabouts. I could start a few minutes early. I could start a couple minutes late. I was a couple minutes late today because I got started, not started, but I was setting it up and I messed up. I had to restart it. All right, let's move. Now here's my problem. Let's see, maybe I can just tilt the camera this way so we can get to a lower section. That might be a better way. That way I don't have to like try to move my book quite so far. I'll just move the camera. Now I'm just doing the base fire hydrant for now, guys, and then we'll stop and take a look at it and see what the fire hydrant itself is looking like. Let me look back outside. I want to keep an eye on the snow. All right. It's snowing just a little bit harder outside, guys, so we're going to walk outside again with Gay. It's not by any means a big winter snowstorm. We'll catch one of those at some point, but we will walk back outside. Hopefully Gay can see this a little bit better. I just have to be careful here, try not to disconnect us. Well, it's not doing what I thought it was. That was the wind blowing it around a little bit. So it's not snowing as bad as I thought it was. All right, well, that's too bad. We'll keep an eye on it. It is snowing a little bit more though, but not very much. Not enough that you can see it that good. Yeah, we'll get a good snowstorm sometime, Gay. Sometime this winter, we will get you a good snowstorm. Because it's going to happen. Let's see. Like I said, now I got to be careful. I don't want to hit the power button or anything like that on this phone. All right, we made it. At least we know we can get up and walk around and go investigate. All right, let's work on this section right here. All right. Well, we'll get you a better one sometime. We may get you another one today. This is the second snow we've had down here, but all part of the same system that's moving over. I still have a little bit left to go on that one. Let me show you, Monty. Let me show you my other picture. So I still have a little bit to do. I didn't really know how to do the background until I saw Dee Dee's picture. So let me zoom back out for a second. We're not in a hurry. I'm never in a hurry when it comes time to color because I'd rather chat and do that kind of stuff. So let me, I'm trying to set the book up where I can. Sometimes it's hard to get things done when you wear braces on your hands. Let's see. Let's see if I can, there we go. I think it looks nice. I wasn't sure how to do leaves, but since I saw Dee Dee's, to see if you can see here, I don't know if you can actually see this or not, but I wasn't sure how to do this part. So I just did the lines. But I saw on Dee Dee, she actually colored right over the top of the black. So I'll probably go back to that. Thank you. But I did not quite get things done, and I didn't know what to do with these, like the white lines out here. I noticed Dee Dee left hers, so maybe that's like a clear filament around the edge. I'm not real familiar with sunflowers. Let me show you, Monty, my latest picture. Oh, Monty, did you see Kirby, the Kirby Roseannes? I can't remember if you saw it or not. So anyway, there's that one. I still got to finish it. But then this is the latest, Monty. I know you didn't see none of this one because you've been working. That was the last one. That's the one I just finished. Hard to see with the lighting the way it is. And this was my first grayscale. So now we're on to my first steampunk. Monty, did you see my did you see the Kirby Roseannes? The mythic animal. Let me show you that one. And then that was the one prior. I haven't quite finished this one yet either. I still have just a little bit more to do on this one. I got to finish the halo around and then finish the snake down here. But that's all I got left on that one. Yeah, you know what ouch. Oh man. Put a big scrape on my hand. I hit my objective when I was doing this. Oh, I scraped the back of my thumb. When I was doing this, my idea was for this part to resemble fall foliage in the mountains where I live. But I don't think it really turned out saying fall foliage. But it still works because, I lived in Hawaii, so we have trees with flowers in them. And Japan does too. And I looked at this as more of like an Oriental type because of the structure of the temples. They look more Oriental. So either way it works out. It's either a Oriental type forest or it's fall foliage. That was my goal, fall foliage. All right, now let's see. Yeah, it has more of that type of look to it. Like an Asian tropical forest, because they would have flowering trees and things like that. I can't remember what those type of trees are called. There's several of them, but that's very typical in tropical regions to have trees with flowers. We had a lot of those in Hawaii when I lived there. But yeah, it definitely had the Asian feel to it. So it worked out like that. I'm okay with it being. Let's see. I don't think there's much more we can do with this. Let me zoom back in. I forgot to zoom back in, guys. I actually thought it was going to take longer than it turned out to take, which is surprising. But that is actually the first illustration that I worked on off camera. I'm trying to get my zoom back for you guys. Yeah, normally I do everything on camera during live streams. I don't color off camera, but I have started to my last couple ones just because it works out a little bit better that way, maybe. All right, let's. I'm actually fairly slow compared to other people who color. Let me see if I can figure out. I don't know what that is right there. So we'll bring this down over here. Now this book here, guys, I was going to mention this. I'll show you the cover of the book again. Without zooming out. I'm going to move the book so you can see. I don't want to change my camera zoom if I don't have to. So I'm going to try to, but I'm chasing down the, yeah, you know what? It's going to take me longer to do it that way than it is just to do it this way. Sometimes I don't find like the publisher's name and stuff. There's oh, here we go. Millennial Monk Publishing. And here's some of the images that were inside. That drum kit looks cool. I used to have a drum kit. I don't know if I can color it though. Steampunk. All right, now let's see. Let's zoom back in. Now see, something is over here, but I don't know what. So I'm a little hesitant to jump over there. Well, I could come up here maybe. Just this part up here. I'm just keeping it real light for right now, guys, until I kind of figure out where I kind of want my shadows. There is suggestion of shadows. We can see the dark color on here, but so I'm not going to put too much in here just yet. Ooh, look here. I touched that paper with the pencil. I didn't realize it. I've got a pencil mark up here. Now, the thing I was going to mention is that this book is also, I guess, on the Amazon paper. But for using colored pencils, this paper is good, quite frankly. All right, well, that don't even want to come off of there, but that won't hurt nothing. It won't hurt nothing. I am hoping it comes today. Yes, Monty. It's according to Amazon, it is supposed to be delivered today. I had an oil diffuser that was supposed to have been delivered yesterday. It says it was delivered yesterday, but it was not delivered yesterday. No, the Amazon paper doesn't. I mean, I would imagine if you had to use watercolors or something like that, you might get bleed through. But as far as using colored pencils, I don't have any complaint with it. Of course, I don't have experience with a lot of other stuff, so. But I think it works pretty good. I don't think Amazon would be using this paper if it wasn't decent enough to color on. Because that's who they're trying to cater to. Self-publishers. Okay. Thanks, Casey. Yeah, it's not that noticeable. One of the things I bought at the very beginning, because I know every true artist has to have one of these. I've never used it. A paint pen. I guess that's what this thing is. Yeah, a paint pen. I'm not going to use it on this, but I have seen people using it for different purposes on coloring pages too. So I bought one. I've had it. That's one of the first things I bought. All right, now we're down to the base. Well, we've got some up here too, don't we? Maybe we can catch this part. Make sure I get you guys back down here on camera. Now, let's see. See, it is hard to tell what's supposed to be fire hydrant because I think this is not. This is some other part, some apparatus. So we just got this part. At first, I thought it was over here too, but it's not. I think it's just here is the actual hydrant showing through right here. And a little bit on that side. Okay, and we'll throw a little bit of beige on top, just as our blending color. Okay. Wow, 58 inches of snow. Wow. That's a lot. Well, I just looked out my window and we still have just a light snow, but nothing any different than what it was when we went outside. So we don't need to go back out again. That's a lot of snow. I have been caught in snowstorms like that before growing up because we lived in Colorado. And I remember one time we went on a like a weekend trip, and we went and we rented a cabin, and we got snowed in with several feet of snow. And I remember one time driving through on the interstate, the snow got so bad we had to leave our car and walk to the nearest town. And everybody on the interstate, we all had to go leave our cars and walk to town. And they opened up all the local cafes and like the Main Street cafes and little eateries and stuff. They all opened up so people had a place where they could get in out of the cold. It was kind of cool to see community come together that way to help strangers because we were all just travelers. Okay, now we can come on the bottom section here. And we just want to kind of keep it light to start with in this open area, the white area. We'll come back and a little firmer on the edges so it darkens up a little bit. I'm just wanting to see where the color is supposed to be, and then I will come back. Very light color, very light. You know, as Bob Ross would put it, two hairs and some air. Now we are going to be coloring this little band down here too, guys. I think, maybe, no, well, maybe not. I'll have to see if that looks like it's or if some element of that is actually the steampunk part. I don't know. Because this part looks like it's attached to this up here. So that ring right there, yeah, that I can't tell. Oh, I wish I could read the minds of the illustrators. All right, let's see. Now this probably does not get a lot of light down here, but we know this little edge right here does because it rolls outwards. We can see right here that it actually is exposed to more downward light. So we do want to leave that a little bit lighter right along the bottom edge. Now let's see. Yeah, on almost every image I do, on every illustration, there's line work and I don't understand it. So yeah, it would be nice to be able to pick the brain of the illustrator and say, what was that line supposed to be? Because in that grayscale that I did, there was a bird, and I don't even know why that bird was put where it was. I could have probably thought of other places to put a bird that made more sense to me. But sure enough, I mean, it was a flying bird. So a line figure, but it was confusing. It actually took me a while to figure out that it was a bird. Now we'll put in some beige highlight, or well, it is highlight, but it's my blender. So we'll blend this down using some beige. Now, one thing I had seen, I did watch a video, somebody else doing grayscale. And it was interesting in this particular video, they just used one color for each element. They just used one color and just used the gray scaling itself as the shading. And I thought that was interesting. All single color coloring. using just the grayscale line work as their shading. Well, that seems to be the entirety of the actual fire hydrant. So I'm just going to come just a little bit, very lightly. Just darken it up just a little bit. I'm not going to be able to do a whole lot with it. Okay. Okay, now we can zoom back out. I think we pretty much have the main body. Okay, Casey. Yeah, have a good day. Well, now I'm not real sure how to move forward. Let me see. Let me think. Let's see. All right, let's see. What is this stuff made out of? Let me see. What is this color? Okay. Okay, I'm not real sure what all these other metal parts are actually made out of. So I'm just kind of gonna like experiment, which I do quite a bit, just to see how well. I want to really just find some spot that I can kind of like test the color. See, this looks like maybe I want to do it in red. Sorry about the zoom, guys. I'm just trying to figure out if that's red, then I need to do this part right here in red also. Okay, let me zoom back in a little bit, guys. Yeah, about like that, maybe. All right, Gay. I'm glad you could come by for a while. Sleep well. And just to let everybody know, the name Gay ends with a silent E because I asked her before. So I think this is supposed to be red. And if it wasn't, it is now because I just made it red. Now I'm thinking that because, yes, I'm in agreement with that, Monty. This has metal, so it should have some kind of metal, bronze, copper, gold. I just don't know how to make those colors. So I'm thinking more of a goldish yellow kind of color. That's what I'm working on. I'm going to use a cream as a blender, but I got to thinking this part right here looks like it's supposed to be red. So I'm going to make it red. I'm just trying to figure out, see that line comes way out past that. So I'm just going to color that part. This comes way down here. See, maybe I shouldn't have done, I'm not going to do this side. I'm just going to do this side. I don't know what's what. Okay. Now I'm going to take some beige, or not some cream color. And just because I want to see what this is going to look like, we're going to come right here to the top. We will come right here. Now let's see. I need to find the, like, what kind of yellow is this right here? This looks kind of bright. It's called, oh, that's canary yellow. Okay, well, now let me see what else. I need something darker. Let's go with uh, maybe we take a look at like some dark umber. Yes, in the color there are several metallic. The silver actually does look pretty good. The silver in the color. And there are, actually they have several metallic pencils in the color set that I haven't even looked at. Now this is a dark umber. I've not used it before. This would be my first time using dark umber just to see what it looks like. We're going to see how that works out. But so what I want to do is I'm going to turn my book sideways just a little bit, guys. I got to reposition it just because with my braces, I can't turn my hands. So anyway, now I'm using a cream. We're just going to see how this works out. So I'm just using it as a little bit of a highlight, but I'm putting it in the background. I'm going to try to mix some colors here and see what happens. We're going to see if we can't make our own kind of metallic color and see if we can't come up with something here. So we just get us a base with the cream. Now I'm going to take a little bit of this dark umber. And I'm just going to, I'm kind of like I'm thinking about wrought iron. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do anything that's going to be, and iron may not be the right metal. Actually, the fire hydrant itself is probably made out of cast iron. I just want to see what happens. And I might ruin this. I don't know. Yes, Monty, I have a couple of pencils that are now getting pretty short, and I will be ordering some new replacements, some open stock pencils this coming week. I don't get paid until Tuesday, tomorrow, or Tuesday. All right, now we're going to put some, this is canary yellow. I'm going to go back over the top of this with some canary yellow. And like I said, guys, we're just experimenting here. It doesn't matter. I don't have a clue what this is going to look like. I'm just doing it. And this may not be the look we want. I'm not convinced that it is. Let me see. That's not too bad. I don't know what color that is, but let me see. Let's see if we add. We'll add just a little bit at a time, just in case we decide we want to do something different, we can. I might could have left that brown out too. And came up with a nice yellow, and we might do that on part of it. But I want to see if we can't tone it down just a little bit. We still kind of have that overall color. Let's see. Thank you, Sherry. Now this part back here, see, that can be a different color. We can come up with something different for that back there. So we just work one piece at a time until we kind of understand what's happening, the line work and everything. I don't have a lot of experience with steampunk. I do like the steampunk genre. I used to have my hat. I looked for a picture on my phone. I was going to show you guys before the hat I had in Hawaii. It was steampunked out. It did. I had the goggles and I had these needles, these real long needle looking things. It was real cool looking, but yeah. Whoops. Almost went the wrong color. What do you think, Monty? Does that have like a brass or a little bit of a look like that? Let's see. Okay, thank you. That got a little bit of that red in it right there from where I touched it in the line. That kind of looks kind of cool, actually, because it makes it look a little bit corroded kind. Stacy, hi. We're working on one of the pictures in the book you sent me. Olive greens. Olive greens, I might look for that pencil. That might be a good color to add to give some corrosive look to like metal. I guess we need to do this one right here too. It's a little bit, well, I guess it, yeah. How's your day, Stacy? All right, now I've got this band that's back behind it. I'm going to look for olive green right quick, guys. Here's artichoke. I found artichoke. Let's see, olive green, one of my favorite colors, actually. Not that I've used it in coloring before, But well, it looks like I have because it's already sharpened. It is one of my favorite colors because I'm a U.S. Army veteran. So I wore olive green for a long time, and I still wear an olive green hat. Olive green. Oh, okay. We've had snow again here. We've took the phone and went outside a couple times, but it's not snowing hard, unfortunately. Just barely anything coming down right now. We took Gay outside a couple times. Ken, we took her outside a couple times to show her the snow because she lives in Sydney, Australia, so they don't get snow. But we didn't have a good snow coming down, but we will eventually. Okay, so now I have an olive green. We'll add to the mix here. Oh, really? Yeah, that reminds me of soccer weather. Oh, we're down to we're in the low 20s right now. The low 20s. Hang on a second, guys. I'm responding to a text message. All right, now let's see. Let's look at this. If I bring in green, let's do this. Let's try exactly the same thing we were doing. Let's get back over here on camera. Let's try this like this. Let's do the exact same thing. We're going to go with the cream right here. I see a little element coming up this way. And then let's do this band coming here this way. Oh, now I see something. And then we have this one. And this is the same base that we used on the other color there. This is the cream. The only thing we're going to do now is we are going to change from dark umber to olive green. We're going to try that just on this part and see, but I want to very lightly. I want to bring that color in very lightly, not too heavy. We don't want to overdo it. If it's real light, we can try to come back in and add something to it so we don't overdo it. We don't want to overdo it to start out with because we don't know what it's going to look like. So we're just going to get some color down here. like that, about like that. But then we're going to take some of the same yellow, and then that's not really darkening it up, is it? So I may have to figure something out, but that's still going to be okay. Doesn't matter. I was expecting the olive to be a little bit darker. So maybe we come back with this and darken this up a little bit now. Yeah, it's pretty cold outside. I was outside. I stayed out there for a few minutes. I didn't stay out there very long with the camera. Let me see. That's not too bad. I get it darkened down just a little bit. It doesn't look too bad on here. That might not be too bad right there, guys. Maybe I throw just a little bit of the dark umber on it. I don't know. Let me see what happens if I just touch this a little bit. That's probably not too bad. It's getting closer. Well, these braces can make things difficult. I just dropped my pencil on my paper. We're just going to bring some dark umber right on top of this olive. It does kind of give it A little more of a corroded look. And that's really what I'm wanting. So I think that's going to be okay. And I hope that gives us somewhat of a kind of a corroded metal look. I don't know if it really does, but so let's do this top. Oh, okay. I don't know where he tried calling me from because nobody has tried calling me from the 808. So I will message him. He has my text now and all that. So was it Keone? Donald. Donald. I'm trying. Well, I'm Keone. Okay. Yeah. That's kind of odd. Oh, he may have my old phone number. I don't know. I'll message him. He has my text now and my Facebook. Yeah, Donald Keone. Yeah, yeah. Keone is his first name. John. Keone is Hawaiian for John. His name is John Donald. Keone Donald. Kahakali'i. All right, let me see. Yeah, I'll message him later. Thank you for letting me know that, Stacy. So let's try. This time I'm going to put a little green, very lightly. I'm just barely touching that paper, guys. You really can't see how I'm holding my pencil, but I'm holding it at the very top of the barrel. Whoops. Whoops. Oh my goodness. I told you this phone is right here by my face. All right, let's see. Try to get back on camera here, guys, so you can see what I'm doing. And I'm just barely putting any green on here. I don't want it to be super dark because I'm going to add We'll add some of that dark umber on top of it. But after I put this yellow on, which brightens it up, but we're going to dull it back down again. This at least has a little bit of a look of like a tarnished copper. Let's see. Let's see. Let's come down here towards the bottom. All right, let's see. I think I'm going to put green on the down here. Well, let's see. Oops. Katita, hi, how are you? I am doing good, thank you. We've been going outside periodically and watching it snow during this live stream, Katita. But it's just about quit now. Yes, very cold. Oh, okay. Yeah, we're down in the 20s, the mid 20s. Oh, wouldn't you know, I was holding those pencils right in front of the camera. I didn't realize that. All right, let's see. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know you guys are Celsius, but I don't know how to do the conversion. All right, so let's get this bottom base right here. We're going to do it. We're not going to use the green. We'll just use the dark umber. Just a little bit of this base color. And that's the cream. And I'm just putting it on first this time, guys. It's used as a blending color a lot, I've seen. But I'm just using it. I'm just putting down the highlight color first, just so there's some of it in there. We can't really see it, but it's there. Well, let me see. Now, this is just going to be, this is not going to have the green in it. It's just going to have the umber, the dark umber. But we're going to put a little bit of this this yellow on top of it first. And it's just very light pressure. We're just getting a little bit of color underneath the dark. Something like that. And then we'll take the dark umber and just give it a very light coat coming across. All right, let's see. Then we'll have to come back and we'll layer on top of it. Wow. Okay, Katina, it was nice to see you. I'm glad you could stop by. Have a great week. See you next time. All right, let's see. That's, the camera's not, why is the camera blurry all of a sudden? There we go. Now that's not looking too bad. I can kind of see some steampunk stuff going on. Okay, Sherry, it was good to see you. Thank you for coming. Have a great day. I'm trying to figure out how to. I don't know what all's happening back here. Let's see. Actually, this right here can probably be read. Well, can only go from here to here. It's kind of hard to tell what's supposed to be what. I got to take a quick break, guys. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back, guys. All right. Let me check my phone here and see what it says about if I have any information, an update on my Thomas Kincaid Disney book. Well, it still says now expected by December 2nd. That's today, but it does not say that it's out for delivery. So I don't know. It's out running around with the package from yesterday, I guess. Well, let me see. What can I do now? Where to go? Where to go? Well, maybe we can go here. Let's zoom in just a little bit here, guys, like that. Then we'll go back. Again, we're just putting down a little bit of the highlight color first. And then we're going to go, I'm going to use this just the yellowish color. Very light with the dark umber. Okay, Monty. Well, we'll be on there tonight. Yeah, we missed you in Friday night stream, Monty. Yes, it was pretty fun. Now, let's see. Now, I may end up having to get my Color pencils out because that does have metallic pencils in it. Monty, we got a new trailer, which you may have noticed in the last stream there, but it has the unreal capacity like the dump truck, although it has a lot more capacity than that dump truck that we like using. It actually has a larger capacity than the big tractor trailer. And then I found a thing that will give us free water for the cows when we get them. So I have a free water thing that I found in the mod store. Uh, I was actually planning on buying the field that we had talked about, the one we looked at. I was planning on hoping to be able to buy it in the last live stream. We did not make enough money off our soybeans, so we are going to have to harvest one more time in our own fields one more time in order to have enough money to buy that new field. So at the end of this coming live, well, not at the end of this coming live stream necessarily, but the next time we harvest our own fields, we'll be able to buy a new field. But one of my fields, I thought they were all soybeans. They weren't. I mean, I thought they were all, I thought one of them was wheat. It was not. I had done all of it in soybeans. I had started one field. I started one field the first time, and I had wheat growing instead of soybeans, and I cultivated that back out and put it as soybeans. So this time when I replanted a wheat. I think it was wheat. I hope I replanted wheat. I might not have. I might have messed up again. We'll see, because I forget to change my crop type a lot. So we'll see. Yeah, if we can find a cheaper one that's right there, we'll buy it, because we don't need a big field to take care of the chickens. A small field will do it. So we'll look at that tonight, because I do want to get another field, because we need soybean fields so we can get our cash, start getting cash filled up. Sorry guys, I got to answer this text message. Casey messaging me to see if I want to go out to the store with them later if they go out. All right, so let me see here. Oh, you know what else I found out, Monty? I've been kind of hoping that No Man's Land, the map No Man's Land, would be released soon. So because I actually wanted to play on it. I wanted to go back to how Farming Simulator began for me. But I found out that No Man's Land is not going to be in FS25. I found out that the modder has some stuff going on, and that mod will not be brought over into FS25. So I guess we'll just kind of settle down into what we're doing. Let's see, we'll do this part right here too. Yeah, I actually was hoping that No Man's Land would have been a part, even though it's a modded map, that it would have been ready and it would all came out at the time of release. But we found out, I think it was actually Friday night in the chat, there was somebody else that happens to know Alien Jim, and let us know that No Man, because I was talking about it in Friday's live stream, and they let me know that No Man's Land will not be coming to FS25. Hang on a second, guys. Now, I'm pretty sure Casey was in here earlier, so she knows I'm live streaming, but she keeps messaging me. Let's see, what do I want to do? Have you ever watched anybody play on the No Man's Land map, Monty? Yeah, we went and we took a look at mine real quick. We did do that. We took a peek at mine. That's the one that had where I'd put the playground on it. But that map is totally different. It's totally different than what we're working on. Because when you work on a map that has nothing on it, you have to do everything yourself. So starting out, it's a lot different than the way we're starting out on this map. There's a lot more involved to it. That's all. Because on FS19, when I first started playing No Man's Land on FS19, I mean, I was baling hay and all that stuff, stacking it, doing all that stuff, chopping wood. So I was kind of wanting to go back to that beginning and do some of that stuff because some of that stuff is stuff you like to see done, but I've already done it before, so it's not real thrilling to me. Simply because I can't get a helper to do it, I have to do it. And it makes my hands hurt, so that's never any fun when you're playing. But so I was kind of wanting to go back to that, but it's okay. There'll be a replacement come out.
In fact, that guy that was telling me about that did tell me of another map, but none of the maps have been released on console yet, or at least the last time which was yesterday, I looked at the mods, and I did not find anything, any maps released onto the mod store for a console. Apparently, there are at least a couple for PC players already. That always happens though. PC players get stuff before console players, mods. Most mods are made for PC players because the people making the mods are on PCs. No, well, I'm not sure what that is, the playground workshop. I haven't seen that. My playground that I made in FS22 was all just using decorations, and I built my own. So I'm not exactly sure what the playground workshop is. I have never heard of that. Hang on a second, guys. Casey's wanting to have a full on conversation with me. She knows I'm in chat. Hang on a second. Okay, let's see. She got to let me know the same guy was trying to get a hold of me. Yeah, I don't know anything about that, Monty. I've never heard of that before. So that's not something later on down. I don't know. I have not heard of a playground, but that doesn't mean they haven't come out with that. I just haven't heard of it, so I don't know how it works. But I know my own the playground I did. I just used decorations, so I probably will not be trying to produce and manufacture playgrounds because I already have access to playgrounds. But we'll see how things go. All right, well, let me zoom this back out now so we can see the overall. All right, that's starting to look a little steampunkish, I guess. That does help things stand out a little bit better. The more color I actually get on it, the more components I'm actually starting to be able to see better. So that does have a little bit of a steampunkish look to it. It should look pretty good when we're done. And I think, well, I would like to come up with one more color. Uh, I may have to get my colors out, but I would like to be able to do these parts in yet a third color. So I will have to try to figure maybe a silver, come up with something, use some light blues, some pale blues and stuff, and see if I can't come up with something that would work as a silver for these uprights right here. And then I'm sure in here we can find some components for that as well. Because I don't want it all just to be these two colors. Anyway, guys, I think that's going to wrap it up for this one. And then we'll do farming tonight. And then we'll see what we can do with this one. I'm hoping that my Disney book shows up today. That's one thing I wanted to look and see if it tells me it's out for delivery. Let me look here right quick. It's almost noon, and it still just says it's expected today. It does not tell me it's out for delivery. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what happened to the package that was supposedly delivered yesterday. I'm going to have to call my post office and see if I can figure out what's happening with that, because it was not delivered. Anyway, guys, that's going to wrap it up for this one. And I will either see you for farming tonight, or I will catch you in the next coloring live stream, or the next time, whenever those who are watching are available. Yeah, Monty, you have a good day too, and I will see you tonight. Everybody else, God bless. Have a good day. I will catch you guys in the next one. Until then, God bless, guys.